Key parts of that plan were advanced out of committee late last week, including an extension of unemployment and $1,400 direct payments to families. I want to bring in Congresswoman Barbara Lee, Democrat, California, senior member of the Appropriations Committee as well. Congresswoman, a few minutes ago, I talked to Presidential Senior Advisor Cedric Richmond, and he told me that the president will not allow obstruction or inertia to delay the aid that, quote, is so desperately needed. What needs to happen and happen quickly to get the American people through this crisis, Congresswoman?
Thank you, Craig. Glad to be with you. This is an all-hands-on-deck moment. And even last week during the trial, our committees of jurisdiction were feverishly working to make sure these bills got put together and written. And so we are working day and night, and our speaker and our leadership and all committee chairs and our entire Democratic caucus are still involved in negotiations, trying to make sure this can be a bipartisan bill, but we're ready to move. We know that people's lives and their livelihoods are at stake, and so we've got to do this sooner rather than later.
Mr. Richmond also told me that the $15 minimum wage increase will be a part of the bill. You tweeted your support for it, but as you know, it's one of the bigger sticking points right now. Are you optimistic, given the opposition from Democratic Senators Manchin and Sinema from Arizona, that it can actually make it through a final vote in the Senate?
Yes, and I think I heard Mr. Richmond say, where there's a will, there is a way. We've faced many hurdles as it relates to moving this forward in terms of the technical aspects of this. But I'm confident, and you see Senator Bernie Sanders and others working very hard with the parliamentarian, trying to find the path forward. Because $15 an hour minimum wage is absolutely essential. We have seen so many more people fall into the ranks of the poor during this horrific pandemic. People deserve $15 minimum wage, and I think that we'll find a way. I'm cautiously optimistic that the parliamentarian and Senator Sanders will figure this out. But believe you me, and I serve as a member of the Progressive Caucus, and I'm so proud of the fact that early on, I mean, years ago, the Progressive Caucus came forward calling for an increase in the minimum wage. And so we're working very hard to make sure that we can get it out of the House and over to the Senate so that they can send it on to the president so he can sign it.
I want to play something for you that Senator Lindsey Graham said in an interview on Sunday after, of course, that vote to acquit President Trump. Get your take on the other side.
The trial record was a complete joke, hearsay upon hearsay, and we've opened Pandora's box to future presidents. And if you use this model, I don't know how Kamala Harris doesn't get impeached if the Republicans take over the House, because she actually bailed out rioters, and one of the rioters went back to the streets and broke somebody's head open.
We should point out, for the record, on the allegation that he makes about Vice President Harris there, she posted a link on Twitter asking her followers to chip into a fund to help post the cash bail for those protesting on the ground in Minnesota. That said, Congresswoman Lee, what's your reaction to the senator's threat?
Well, when you listen to what he has said, especially since the election, he has just gone all over the place. He has been very critical of former President Trump. Then he turns around and he goes to visit him. I don't know what he's talking about. This just shows once again that his credibility is zilch. And his integrity. I mean, it's very disingenuous if you look at what he keeps saying over and over again. He changes his mind. He goes back to criticizing the president. Then he goes down to talk with him about how he can continue to work with him to strengthen the Republican Party, what's left of it. And so I just think it's just another example of how he just shoots from the hip. He just says what he wants to say, and with no thought, no understanding. And really, I think it's a disgrace what he has said and done to the Republican Party.
We'll leave it there, Congresswoman Barbara Lee. Congresswoman, thank you. Thank you for your time on this President's Day. And the cracks in the Republican Party on full display this weekend. 7 Republican senators